everybody, it's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan, and I'm here today to bring you my cards for World Card Making Day. So it is tomorrow, but I'm going to be posting it today, Friday, so that you have time to work on your cards. And what I did is I created 3 Christmas cards to get you in the spirit for Christmas. And let me show you the sets we're using. We're using Joyful Life. We're using Frosted Gingerbread and the Coordinating Memories and More cards. We're using Encircled in Warmth. These are the gingerbread dies that we'll need to use. And then I'm also using the Encircled in Beauty dies that coordinate with this Encircled in Warmth set. We'll be using some of the Craft 6x6 paper. Like I said, the Memories and More cards. And then some of that Frosted Gingerbread Designer Series paper. Some of the Bedazzling 6x6 paper that is a freebie till the end of the month for celebration. And then I'm also using the Macrame Embossed die. So let me show you now what cards we'll be making. So we're making this card, which is kind of cased we're using this card, which was cased sort of from the catalog. I don't have the die that makes that card, so I just made my own, and I wanted to show you how we're going to do that with the layering circles dies. And then we're making a bookbinding card using the Memories and More cards and some of the Designer Series paper. And then this is just a fun fold card that opens like this, and it's using the layered Encircled in Beauty dies. So let's go ahead and get started. We're first going to work on that Joyful Life card. And what you're going to want to do is, so if you're making these cards, all you have to do is message me and I will send you the PDF for these cards. So I'm not going to give you the measurements over, right now over the video, but they will be on the PDF. So what I did is I took some basic white cardstock and I'm going to bring in my number 1 board, my number 2 board, and both my clear mats. And we are going to make some circles using the layering circles dies. And so, let's see here. I did that. Did that one like that. And then I'm going to want to move this smaller one down into my left-hand corner there once we run it through once, because I only have one of that particular size. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, then I'm taking that smaller circle and we're going to put it down there in that bottom corner. Just like that. And rerun it through. Whoops, it moved a bit. I don't want it to overlap there. Okay. So then next what you're going to do before we put our embossing machine away, or cut emboss machine away, is we're going to run it through that macrame embossing die. So I'm getting rid of mat number 2, and I'm just going to put that piece of paper in my emboss die. Just like that. And we're going to run that through here. No, I needed that. Or What am I doing wrong here? Let's try this then. I am on camera and nothing is working. Probably because I'm not reading what I'm supposed to be doing here. This happens to me every single time I go live. I get myself worked up about going live. Okay, so that's what it was, my friends. You don't want to use 2 of the clear embossing frames. So it was mat number 1, mat number 2, and 1 of your clear embossing frames. Or pads, sorry. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. That was a little embarrassing. You'd think I hadn't embossed before. But because I'm on camera, I do some silly things. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a scrap of piece of basic white paper, and we're going to stamp our pig and our little bear and color them using Stampin' Blends. Now let me show you the colors we're going to be using. So we're using the Petal Pink, Shaded Spruce, Real Red, Crumb Cake, and the light Basic Black. Okay. And then let me get my stamp set out. So we're going to do our pig, and we're going to use Memento ink. Just like that. And then I just need to wipe him off really quick. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with the bear and the bunny. And what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put part of it on my block because I only need part of it stamped. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. Now we just need to get the coloring here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color my pig using the light Petal Pink. Then I'm going to come in with that dark Petal Pink. I'm just going to do some shadowing here, and then we'll re-blend them together. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to add some cheeks right below his glasses. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with the Shaded Spruce and color his scarf. So I'm going to just use the light of both the shaded spruce and the real red. And then I'm going to color the lines. And I'm going to color my mug. And then I'm going to color my wrapper, the crumb cake. And I'm going to color in that lid the black. Okay. And then, whoops, before I'm done here, I'm going to bring in my Wink of Stella and do his little glasses, or her little glasses. Okay. Now let's move on to our bear. I'm going to come in with the dark crumb cake, and I'm just going to do some highlighting here. And I'm going to do highlighting on the basket here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of pink in for his ear. And then I'm going to go in with that light crumb cake after and blend him all together. This set is just too cute. There's so many possibilities in coloring him, or all of the characters actually. And it gave me a great chance to use it with you guys. So I like that always. Okay, and then we want to do some, bring in some petal pink for his little cheek there. And then I'm going to add some little pink touches here on the bunny. And then I'm going to take the dark real red, and I'm going to do all his little dots here, or fuzzies on his sweater. And then I'm going to color him all in red, the light real red. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, guys. If my camera keeps messing up, it keeps wanting to do something, and I have to keep resetting it. So I apologize if it delayed the video there for a minute. But we're coloring him in with real red. And then I'm going to do every other one on his collar and arms. The light green, dark green on the shaded spruce. I'll keep looking up and make sure this video is recording, since it keeps kind of timing out there. I apologize for that. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella again and just add it to my bunny. Okay, so I'm moving all my blends over. We're going to come back in with our macrame piece. And here's our basic white cardstock. We're going to fold it in half. And then we have some Dazzling Diamonds cardstock. Let me see, sorry. I guess I didn't cut a piece, so let's cut a piece. So we're gonna need their dazzling diamonds. Oh, you know what I did? I did a piece of the craft paper because I think when this will be retired by the time you see this. But just know that you can add in this paper if you have it. So I'm gonna do 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 as my border. I love this paper. I'd really like to see Stampin' Up! Put this in our catalog. That would be so wonderful for next year. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna glue this down. Okay, then we're going to take in our macrame piece, and I'm just going to add glue around the circles and add my paper. And I'm going to just roughly, you're going to see me here. Uh-oh, it's paused again. Hopefully that's coming back into view. There. I'm just going to roughly cut around the pig and around the bear to add in. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be layered down onto the card here. So like I'm just going to put glue around this circle and add my pig. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing around this circle, but I'm going to kind of watch what I'm doing on this one because it's a bigger image. And I want to make sure. Yep, see, because I forgot to color his hands. I've got to come in and get his hands here. And then you see a tiny bit of that bike. So I'm going to use that basic black. And just outline the bike there. And then I'm going to add my last piece of designer series paper. Just like that. Okay. Then we're just going to glue this whole thing down onto the dazzling diamonds paper. And center it. Just like that. And then I've already pre-stamped an image here. And I'm just going to cut up the middle and banner the sides. Just like that. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of that. And add that down to the bottom. So there's card number 1. Okay. Next, we're going to work on the Let It Snow card. And what we're going to need is some basic gray. Okay. I also have some of the silver foil paper and some designer series paper. And so we're just going to go ahead and looks like we need to die cut a few pieces here. So let's go ahead and bring in our paper trimmer first. Oops. Okay, I didn't realize I put my die cutter away. Silly, silly me. Okay. Now that I have all of that out, let's see here. We're going to want to score our basic gray piece at 5.5. Okay. And then let's go ahead and die cut before we start assembling our card together. So I'm going to come in with the die cut, and I need to die cut, let's see here. I thought I die cut these images. Guess I didn't. Okay. So let's see here. We need the encircled and warmth dies. And we need to do one of these and one of these. And then I need a piece of paper because I put it away. Okay. So we're going to come in with our plate number 1, our plate number 2, and then our clear plates. And we're going to die cut out one of the large medallions here. Let me make sure I'm getting it just right. Uh-oh, it moved. No, it didn't. I'm sorry, you guys. My video keeps stopping. It's kind of frustrating, gotta tell you. Okay, so we did one of those dies, and then we're gonna need a small die. Where did I put this? There it is. Small die. Okay. So then we can get rid of our machine again. Let me put these dies back that we just used. Okie dokie. So now we're going to come in with our basic gray cardstock, and we're going to burnish that edge. And we are going to add our cardstock in the middle, or on the inside of the card. But oh, hold on, before we do that, we also need to score this piece of paper at 2 inches. I'm going to go ahead and score at 2 inches. And we're going to add that down after we burnish that into the middle there. Just like that. And now I'm going to add my basic white piece into the middle. And like I said, all my measurements will be on the PDF, so you need to email me if you'd like the PDF sent, or it'll be also on my blog post. And then you're going to have some designer series paper that you can add here to the inside, just like this. Okay, and then you have your basic white and your designer series paper for the front. That to the front here, just like this. And then I'm going to add this to my front of here. Okay, and then let's layer up our medallion here. So I'm just going to add some glue. Oh, it didn't pop out all the little pieces here. It cut them all beautifully. You just sometimes have to rub your scissors along to get some of the intricate little pieces. Because they stick. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to add glue to the outer part of my circle here, just like that. Oops, I think I'm going to have to add some, hold on here. I'm going to have to add some to the outer edge too, so that it'll stick. And then we need to come in with some basic gray ink. And we're going to stamp on our basic white little piece. Where did I put it? Okay. I am not organized at all today, am I? Oh, here's the pieces that I didn't. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, I'm going to add a couple dimensionals to the back of this one. That's where I messed up. I did pre-die cut everything. And I made a slight mistake because I wanted that white circle or white big one to keep it all together. Layer that down. And then on this basic white piece, we want to stamp "Let It Snow." And then we're going to add the dimensionals to the back of that. And it stopped again. Okay, so we're adding dimensionals to the back of that. And then I'm going to add this onto my flap here, right in the middle. And then I want to add some sequins and some of the sparkly white ribbon. Paused it again because my camera is not happy right now. I am not sure why. So then you're going to just play with your bow until it's just right. And then you're going to come in with those sequins and you're going to glue a few down everywhere. I like to do about 3, an odd number. And I'm kind of picking silver ones just because they tend to pop. There you go. That's card number 2. Okay, now we're on to our last card. So let me show you the comparisons. They look the same. Okay. They look the same. So now we're on to our last card, which is card number 3. And it's the gingerbread bookbinding card. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring in your paper trimmer. You're going to score your 8.5 by, or sorry, 4 1/4 by 11 piece of paper at 5.5. And then you want to score it at 6.5. Okay. So we're gonna fold and burnish our score line there, and then fold and burnish our book piece there. Okay. So now I'm just gonna layer up. I'm gonna use some of the Memories and More cards, and I pre-embossed on the basic craft cardstock using white embossing powder. Okay, sorry about that. So we're using some of the Memories and More embellishments. I'm using the card, some designer series paper, and some real red cardstock, and then I embossed using the craft paper with the white embossing powder and use the dies to cut out. And so we're just going to layer up our Real Red and our Designer Series paper here. And then we're going to add that to the card front here. And then I'm going to cut out of my Memories and More card just along that white edge the same, because I just thought that would be cute. Something different way to use your cards. I like to find different ways to use the Memories and More cards just because they're so cool on their own, but they can really pack a wow on other things such as this without even realizing it. Okay, so I'm going to layer these pieces together. And then I'm going to glue down my cookie tray here. And I'm going to put it at an angle. So I'm going to glue down my cookie sheet there and put it at an angle. And then I'm going to cover up part of it with my saying that I just cut out of the Memories and More card. Okay, then I'm going to glue down my big snowflake cookie. I'm going to add my spatula. Sorry guys, I'm getting the little pieces out of the spatula. And I'm just going to kind of lift it under just like that. And then I'm going to add my little oven mitt. Just like that. Now I'm going to tie around some of the organdy Real Red ribbon. And then you're done with, now I'm just going to tie some of the Real Red organdy ribbon around. And then you're done with, hold on, with your card here. I forgot to, we want to glue this piece down. I'm almost out of glue. Glue the bookbinding piece down. And then I'm going to glue or tie my ribbon around. Again, you guys, I apologize that my video keeps pausing, but hopefully you caught all this. And again, like I said, I did make a PDF for this. So if you are interested in getting that, just email me and I will get that out to you. But that is card number 3. So here's our first cards which we just made with Joyful Life. Then the gingerbread and peppermint. Then the gingerbread and peppermint sweets. And then the encircled in warmth cards. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. It's always lovely to get to craft with my favorite people in the world. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.